All right, let's get right into it. No fluff, no long intro. We're tackling 15 questions that constantly trip people up on their OSHA 10 and 30 exams. You ready? Let's start with question 1.
Okay, first question. We're talking general construction. Unprotected edge, when do you need fall protection? Is it 4, 6, 8, or 10 feet? The correct answer, it's B, 6 feet. This is like the foundational number for construction safety. Now, why do people mess this up? It's simple. They confuse it with the rules for other industries. Just lock this in your brain. Construction equals 6 feet.
All right, question 2. Notice the keyword change here. We're now in a general industry facility, like a warehouse. So what's the height requirement? The answer is A, 4 feet. See? This is the first major trap on the exam. We switched from construction to general industry and the number changed. It's not 6 feet anymore. For general industry, it's 4. So many people just see fall protection and automatically pick 6 feet. You gotta read the scenario.
Okay, let's throw another curveball in here with question 3. Now we're talking about a worker on a scaffold. What's the rule now? It's C, 10 feet. This is a classic exception that the test just loves to throw at you. It's not 6 feet, it's not 4 feet. When you see the word scaffold, the magic number is 10. So let's recap. 6 for construction, 4 for general industry, and 10 for scaffolding. You gotta know all 3.
And that brings us to our first big exam tip. You have got to read the question carefully. Those keywords, construction, general industry, scaffold, they aren't just details. They are literally the entire key to getting the right answer. They completely change the rules. So slow down, read it twice, and find that keyword.
All right, moving on to ladders with question 4. We're setting up a non-self-supporting ladder. Think of an extension ladder. What's the right angle or ratio? The answer is B, the 4-to-1 rule. It's super simple. For every 4 feet you go up, the base of that ladder needs to be 1 foot away from the wall. It's an easy number to remember, but also easy to get backwards under pressure. So just repeat it, 4-to-1, 4-to-1. Let's stick with ladders for question 5. You're using a portable ladder to get up onto a roof or another landing. How much should that ladder stick out past the edge? The correct answer is C, 3 feet. You need that extension to have a safe handhold when you're getting on and off. This is just one of those numbers you have to memorize cold, 3 feet.
Okay, let's switch gears to Lockout/Tagout. Question 6 asks for the most effective way to control that hazardous energy when servicing equipment. The answer is C, isolation of the equipment from its energy source. This is the whole point of LOTO. It's not just about flipping a switch to off, it's about physically isolating the power so it cannot be turned back on by accident. A lot of people miss this. They think turning it off is good enough. It's not. You have to isolate. And staying on LOTO for question 7, during the procedure, who holds the key to your personal lock? The answer has to be D, the employee who applied the lock. This is all about individual control. You are the only person who should be able to remove your lock. The whole system is built on the idea that power can't be restored until every single person is clear and has removed their own lock. Your lock, your key. And this is a perfect time for another exam tip. When you see a question ask for the best or most effective control, it's a huge clue. They're testing you on the hierarchy of controls. You always want to look for the answer that completely eliminates the hazard. That's what isolation does. Things like warning signs or PPE, they just protect you from the hazard. They don't get rid of it. Elimination is always the top choice.
All right, question 8. Let's talk about personal protective equipment, or PPE. Simple question, who pays for most of it? The answer is B, the employer. This is a big one. OSHA makes it super clear that the employer has to provide and pay for pretty much all required PPE. The idea is that money should never be a barrier to a worker being safe on the job.
But, of course, there are always exceptions, right? That's what question 9 is all about. Which of these PPE items is the employer generally not required to pay for? And the answer is C, non-specialty steel-toe boots. This is the most common exception they'll test you on. The rule of thumb is, if it's something you can reasonably wear off the job site, like regular work boots, the employer might not have to foot the bill. Knowing these exceptions is key.
Question 10 gets into confined spaces. Which one of these is an example of a permit-required confined space? The correct answer is C, a trench that has the potential to contain a hazardous atmosphere. And here's the critical takeaway. It's not about the space being small, it's about the hazard. A space becomes permit-required only when there's a serious potential danger inside, like a bad atmosphere, a risk of being buried, or a tricky shape you could get trapped in. Okay, question 11. You're working with a chemical and you need the full, detailed safety information. Where do you go? You go to B, the Safety Data Sheet, or SDS. The label on the container is great for a quick look. It gives you the basic warnings. But the SDS, that's the full encyclopedia. It has everything you need to know about hazards, first aid, PPE, the whole 9 yards.
Next up, question 12, electrical safety. A big one. What is the minimum safe distance you need to keep between you or your equipment and an overhead power line? The answer is D, 10 feet. This is another one of those hard and fast numbers you just have to know, 10 feet. People get it mixed up with the fall protection heights all the time. Don't let that be you. Power line, think 10 feet. We're back to confined spaces for question 13. Before anyone enters a permit-required space, what is the absolute first thing that has to happen? It's B, atmospheric testing must be conducted. You can't just sniff the air and say it's okay. You have to use a calibrated meter to test for oxygen levels, flammable gases, and any potential toxic stuff. This isn't optional. It's a critical life or death step.
Question 14, another one on ladders. A standard portable ladder has to be strong enough to support how many times its maximum intended load? The answer is C, 4 times. That's the built-in safety factor. So if a ladder is rated for 300 pounds, it has to be able to withstand 1,200 pounds without failing. For the standard ladder question on the exam, the number you're looking for is 4. And our final question, number 15. We're talking about a step ladder. Which part are you absolutely forbidden from standing on? The answer, of course, is C, the top step and the top cap. We've all seen someone do it to get that extra little bit of height, but it is super dangerous and a major violation. That top part is not a step, it's a place to put your tools or to hold for stability. Never stand on it.
And that's a wrap on our 15 questions. You see the pattern, right? It's all about these small, specific details. Passing the OSHA exam isn't about having a general sense of safety. It's about knowing these exact numbers, these specific exceptions, and these key definitions. Mastering these little nuances, that's what makes the difference between passing and failing.
So, what's the game plan? Go back and review these 15 concepts. Every time you read a practice question, look for that industry keyword, construction or general, and drill those numbers into your head for heights and ratios. If this rapid-fire practice helped you out, make sure to subscribe to HSC Study. We've got more practical prep just like this to help you ace that exam. Thanks for watching, and good luck.